Hey, what is up guys? It's Brennan here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to buy or sell a Shopify store. And this can be a very fast and easy process for either buying a brand new business, such as a Shopify store that you're looking to get started with, or if you currently already have a profitable Shopify store that you're looking to sell and maybe cash out on, make some extra money if you are just no longer interested in continuing your Shopify store journey. So that's what we're going to be diving into here in today's video. What that process looks like, what are a few different brokerage options, and my personal experience even with selling a store as well. So just want to walk you guys through that. And of course, before we dive into things, if you have not already started a Shopify store, or you're brand new to Shopify and you're looking to get started with one, you can go ahead and check out that first link down below in the video description. That's brennanvalesky.com/Shopify. Take you right over to this page here where you can get started with a Shopify free trial. Again, that's that first link down below in the video description. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into things. So first things first, when it comes to starting a Shopify store, if you're looking to buy one or you're looking to sell one, there are a lot of different brokerages online that can help you with that process if you're looking to buy or sell essentially what would be an online business. Now, in my personal experience, first to walk you through that process, I have actually sold an online business before, and the platform that I did use was Flippa. We'll be diving into Flippa a little bit more as to what that is and what that looks like, but from my experience, I did sell a small, now this is one store that I sold. It was a very small drop shipping store back in 2017. And as you can see here, the sale price was for $705. And of course, in today's dollars, that would be a bit higher. If we look at a CPI inflation calculator, in today's dollars, that'd be close to, $900 as the total sale price, almost $1,000 just for selling a Shopify store. And this store was profitable for a period of time, but at the time that I sold it, I essentially was really just selling more or less the store idea, the domain at the time, of course, as well as the customer data and the products and everything that was kind of attached to the store. So there was still some value there. So even if your store is not necessarily profitable today and you're looking to sell one, you still might want to consider looking into listing it and maybe getting it listed for sale, because there could still even be some value there just in the customer data that you have, maybe even the product selection, or maybe someone's just looking to get started with a little bit of a head start. Just that little bit of head start that you have in terms of niche selection and things like that could be valuable to someone looking to potentially buy a Shopify store as well. So as you can see here with this listing, now Flippa does charge, at least back in 2017, they charged a success fee. I'm not sure exactly how that structure is now personally. It might look a little bit differently, but most companies that you go to list and sell a business with, you are going to have to pay some sort of fee. So do keep that in mind if you're really going to sell with any kind of brokerage, whether it be the ones that we talk about in this video and walk through as places to buy and sell a Shopify store or an online business. Most of the time, you're going to be paying some sort of success fee. Typically, that's just how the business brokerage business works as well. So in terms of buying or selling, there's typically going to be some sort of success fee. It might be a flat fee. It might be a percentage. Really does depend on the structure that you go with. But do expect that you will pay some sort of fee either on the buyer side or on the seller side. Do just keep that in mind. Typically, the seller pays the fee, but sometimes you might still have a buyer's agent fee and things like that too. Sort of similar to how real estate operates. That's kind of similar to how business brokering works. It is a bit different, but it is kind of similar. So, that was my personal experience with Flippa. Now, they are one of the top platforms to buy and sell online businesses, including Shopify stores as well. So to find Shopify stores, you can either, sell your store here, or you can get a free valuation from them as well to see like what your store would be worth. Typically, it is based on a monthly multiple based on the overall revenue in your business. So, if you're making like $200 a month or $500 a month, or even significantly more than that, and then you multiply it, they'll kind of calculate based on risk, based on the type of business that you're running, if it's drop shipping or it's traditional e-commerce, or depending on the type of Shopify store that you're running and the types of products you're selling, that multiple might vary. It could be anywhere from 20x monthly multiple all the way up to like 40x at the high end. Typically might fall somewhere in between there in terms of the monthly revenue as to what you could expect to sell the business for, in terms of what you would expect to profit from it. That's before, of course, the fees as well. So if you wanted to find one, all you'd have to do here is come over here and click on Shopify. and you can search for specifically Shopify stores and look through, what's available on their marketplace. As you can see here, they have quite a few that are in the multiple millions range. They also do have some in the hundreds of thousands. They do have ones that are even a lot cheaper than that, under 100,000, one that's, as you can see here, 40,000. So, this is a good place that you can scroll through and see. Now, a lot of these are confidential. You do need like an account or at least to contact someone on their team at Flippa in terms of how the brokerage works. If you wanted to get more details on a listing, if you're looking to buy a business, they have a wide variety of different Shopify stores on here. Shopify used to actually have their own exchange, but they no longer have that anymore. So you do have to go through a third-party company in order to broker a business sale if you wanted to sell a Shopify store or if you wanted to buy one as well. Of course, there are a variety of other even different types of online businesses here, but of course, in this video, we're focusing, primarily on e-commerce as the, in Shopify stores specifically for the focus of this video here today. But essentially, depending on if it's a dropshipping store, it might be worth a little bit less. If it's a regular e-commerce store, it might be worth a little bit more. It does just depend, because some dropshipping stores still might just be worth just as much as well. Now, I will say in general, with a company like Flippa, you can find the widest variety of different types of listings, just because they have like the highest overall amount of listings online compared to a lot of the other different types of business brokerages, which we are going to be getting into in just a moment as well. Flippa probably has the widest pricing variety. So if you do have a smaller store, such as the one that I had sold here in this video, as the one I mentioned as an example, Flippa would be the better route for that, because a lot of the other brokerages do have, monthly revenue minimums to even sell. So do keep that in mind, that Flippa, you can essentially sell almost anything as long as you're willing to pay that success fee under, that certain dollar amount. So you can sell much smaller businesses on a platform like Flippa, or even some other third-party platforms as well. But Flippa, at least, you can sell much smaller businesses and still at least be able to kind of get some money offloaded from selling your business, even if you aren't necessarily selling something, that's in that high valuation range, or if you're looking to buy something as well on the buy side. If you're looking to buy something that's in that smaller range, Flippa would be maybe a better place for that. On the contrary, we also have other brokerages such as Empire Flippers. And Empire Flippers is one of my other personal favorite brokerages, just because the way that the due diligence is done on there is pretty nice. And Flippa has gotten a lot better over time, especially since when I sold my other site back in the day. Flippa has gotten a bit better in terms of, eliminating any kind of potential fraud, scams, all those kinds of things. The money will be held as well in like an escrow account, so you won't have to worry about that exactly. And they have a team as well that you can contact for help. But Empire Flippers does do a little bit more in terms of, the overall business buying and selling process. However, do keep in mind, if you are looking to sell a business, it does need to make at least $2,000 of monthly revenue in order to list it on Empire Flippers. So do keep that in mind. They do also have a free valuation tool as well that you can use to get an idea of how much your business might be worth. And they have a wide variety of different types of businesses, as you can see here. Even just if we click in on this dropshipping one, typically it's at that at least 2,000 in monthly revenue. So as you can see here, that is, 9,000 revenue. It is only at 1,100 in monthly profit. So do keep that in mind. It is that 2,000 on the monthly revenue side of things as the minimum, not necessarily the profit. So, I guess a lot of e-commerce companies probably get away with just, much higher revenues and less profit, of course, just because of the overall, cost of actually fulfilling orders and things like that with e-commerce, or specifically drop shipping as well. As you can see, this one is listed for about 33,000, almost 33,000. So that's a cheaper business on that side of things, much slimmer profit margins. You can come through here. The thing I like about Empire Flippers, very easy to come through here, check a look at the earnings, see the site traffic as well. Now they are, typically going to be, confidential. So this Shopify, as you can see, this is on a Shopify store. And so it might be confidential, so you will have to unlock listings and actually create an account to get access to that, just because they don't want everybody on the internet just dogpiling the websites and things like that. So as you can see here, you can walk through different valuation levels. This one's $361,000. So depending on the size and scale of your operation, they do offer their business brokering services for a variety of different sizes of sites, although I will say it does kind of tend to skew on a little bit of the higher side. If you have a much smaller store, you're looking to get started with something more like a starter, I would probably recommend Flippa. But if you are at that higher range, like that mid-level, I would recommend something like Empire Flippers as well to get your business bought or sold if you're looking at that. Again, if you want drop shipping or e-commerce, specifically, Shopify stores, they do have also other different types of businesses as well on here, other different types of monetization methods for online businesses. Moving in at the number 3 on different business brokerages, there is also Quiet Light. They tend to sell things a bit on the higher side, even higher than Empire Flippers, and from what I've seen, but Quiet Light could also be a good place just to take a look here. If you go to the buy section, you go to e-commerce, they have some stores here that are, worth almost $25 million, much higher in terms of the overall valuation. As you can see here, 11 million, 10 million, 3 million. So if you scroll all the way down, there is one, a drop shipping store, an anime drop shipping one that is much lower at that, revenue of $101 or $107,000 per year, income of $41,000. So it's, listed for sale at like about a 2x multiple for annual, yearly income at $82,000 for sale. And we also have this other supplement brand, as you can see here, at $50,000. So they do have some smaller businesses for sale, but the majority of the ones that you will see on Quiet Light do tend to be a bit higher on the valuation side of things. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at, businesses that you would like to either buy or sell. But essentially, those are some of the most popular brokerages and what that process looks like. Again, it could be just a good way to also, if you wanted to get your site sold on Flippa, if you're looking to buy one, Flippa, Empire Flippers, and Quiet Light can all be good options for you when you're looking at buying or selling a Shopify store. Again, just keep in mind, you will likely have some success fees that you will need to pay. If you're a brand new beginner, you could take a look at Flippa and maybe get started with something that's a little bit more of a starter, smaller brand. If you're looking for more mid-size, I would go Empire Flippers, or large scale, probably Quiet Light. So that's kind of how they break down, small, medium, large in terms of the overall business brokerages for buying and selling a Shopify store. So guys, that pretty much wraps up this video here today on, how to buy or sell a Shopify store. In my experience, it's a pretty easy process if you want to make some extra money on the store that you've already run. And maybe you're just looking to exit and get out of things and you're like, I'm kind of done with things. Those are a few of the different online business brokerages that you could look into to either buy a new Shopify store or sell one as well, if you're looking to kind of get off the ground with a little bit of a head start as well. And I do want to mention this, of course, if you don't already have a Shopify store and you're looking to get started from scratch, you can go ahead and check out that first link down below in the video description. That's brandvalesky.com/Shopify. It will take you right over to this page here where you can get started with a Shopify free trial. Again, that's that first link down below in the video description. Again, guys, if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, then be sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and notification bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. Anyway, guys, that's all for today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.